Okay, hello everybody. Today we are here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 in the Cessna 152. We have a 61 nautical mile flight from Bryce Canyon, Bravo Charlie Echo to Page Municipal, Papa Golf Alpha. We'll be hand flying the entire way and using visual and VOR navigation for this flight. Bryce Canyon is a new release from Orbx. Orbx makes some of my favorite airports, and it also has some special meaning for me, which I'll talk about when we cover the brief for the flight. So let's hop into the pilot seat and get started. Orbx did a fantastic job with this airport, as they usually do. Bryce Canyon is an untowered airport with an amazingly long runway, over 7,000 feet, and it's located right next to Bryce Canyon National Park. So the park area itself is a protected wilderness area, so we're going to avoid overflying that in our route. To do that, we're going to take off, fly runway heading for the first 4 miles until we're clear of the area. By then we should be able to pick up the radial from Page Municipal, intercept it, and follow it the remainder of our flight right to the airport. I was excited when I saw the release for Bryce Canyon by Orbx. I haven't talked about it on this channel, but I'm a science fiction author of the Hayden's World series, and in that series, one of the characters in my most recent story is a big fan of Bryce Canyon. So there's a couple scenes where he talks about visiting the national parks, and he has, a big poster from Bryce Canyon. So I thought, cool, they've got Bryce Canyon, and I've got to do a flight out of the airport, just really to dedicate it to my character from my story. The story is called Bernard's Promise, and the character is Bernard. So this flight is dedicated to Bernard, and I am sure he would get a kick out of it. Okay, we've got our CTAF set up at 122.8, and we've dialed nav1 into the Page VOR, and we've set our heading for the radial that will be following into the nav1 CDI. Bryce Canyon traffic, November 359 Golf Charlie, taxi runway 3, Bryce Canyon. Alright, normally I would put the mixture full rich for takeoff, but I noticed Microsoft Flight Simulator will not climb in a Cessna at any altitude above 5,000 and will stall right here just on the runway if you put it full rich. Bryce Canyon traffic, November 359 Golf Charlie, departing runway 3, straight out departure, climbing 9,500 Bryce Canyon. Alright, we just picked up Page VOR's signal. You can see it on CDI1, the nav light has illuminated. It's one of the things that Microsoft Flight Simulator does really well. It will require a correct altitude and line of sight to the transmitting station before your instruments will pick up the signal. Right about here, if you look at the windows, you can see where the trouble begins. I've picked up some ice on the windshield and on both side windows. I really wasn't expecting that. Outside air temperature is in the 60s. Not sure if I'm getting ice, but let's get the carb heat on and also turn on the cabin heat and cabin air. We've already got pitot heat on, so hopefully that could help. I'm getting a little bit of fogging here on the windows. We'll get the mixture adjusted. We're descending right now. Let's get this sorted out and get ourselves leveled back out. Okay, visibility isn't terrible with the ice so far. We are leveling back out. There's not a lot of room to descend here, unfortunately, so descending to a lower altitude isn't much of an option. I do have the VOR, and I am straight on course for the VOR, so I'm glad I set that up. That helps me out with my navigation. So for now I'm going to stop talking and just focus on flying the plane. Alright, I cheered once I got the field in sight. I made one huge mistake on that flight, and that was not just turning around and going back to my home field. Get there-itis often turns into accident case studies, and I was fortunate it worked out in this case. If you enjoy content like this, be sure to click like, leave a comment, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So, thanks as always for flying along with me, and stay tuned for further flight adventures.